Magnetic North Adventures, where the treasure calls our name. Through the forests and the waters, we'll never be the same. With every find we're cleaning, leaving nothing but the earth. Magnetic North Adventures, discovering our world.
Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. It's Lee from Magnetic North Adventures, and today got quite a hazy, foggy morning, and going to be walking around Matlock, Derbyshire, and down towards Matlock, Bath. There is a Christmas market, so I'll have a look there and then move on, have a look at the river and go from there. So this is Matlock town centre, Derbyshire. Sun is trying to get through. It's very, very cold here, but yeah, go and have a look at the market. So had a quick look at the market area, and there was food, clothing, general giftware, but nothing that I wanted. But we have got a very famous site here in Matlock, Matlock Bridge. There we go. Now this was widened to what you see now with the double arch. This on this side is the older bridge, with the newer bridge just underneath. And very, very fast flowing waters. There are millstones in there, and there are areas up there that used to have paddle boats on, and all around here. There used to be fishing platforms down there as well, no longer used. But it's such a beautiful area, this town. And here we've got the local plaque telling you about Matlock Bridge. There we go. It's from the 1400s. It was widened in 1904, so the newer bit is over 100 years old. So here's a view from the top of the bridge, River Derwent. Still no sunshine yet. On this side we've got these triangular stands. A lot deeper water here. This has all been recently renovated. Down here and down that side. This is Matlock town. Got antique shops here, some more over that way, so you just never know. We're just coming down to Matlock Bath now, which is another town at the side of Matlock. Very high cliffs in the background, leading up towards High Tor, where there used to be old mineral mines. Fluorite and lead was mined up there. Beautiful, beautiful area, regardless of weather. And up that way there's a footpath trail known as Giddy Edge. Now I have never actually walked the whole length. It's very, very narrow and very high up, so I can't walk it. I've tried, I have vertigo, so it was impossible for me. but I'm going to take you down to Matlock Bath itself, the town. We've got this old bench from the 1980s, which is beautifully getting reclaimed by nature. And as well, I love to see things like that. Got these beautiful cliffs and the river at the bottom coming from Matlock, through Matlock Bath and down towards Matlock Bath town centre. Absolutely amazing. This is the town. The mist and fog is starting to lift. You can see the water has been a bit higher recently on the old canoe launch. Mist rising from the waters. And all this area here all gets lit up at night as well. And for those of you that seen previous videos, this area here, twice we came magnet fishing and met some very good people from around the world. So shout out to David and his wife, Mr. and Mrs. York. Met them at this very spot from Australia. And we've got the aquarium and museum, all these shops here. But yeah, we magnet fished this and we had some very interesting relics out of here. Victorian fireplace rounds from the 1880s, things like that, all down there. Very tired. I'm halfway up from Matlock Bath, going up the steep cliff sides. So many steep roads, very steep steps all the way up. I'll do it, but it's going to take me a while, so just going to catch my breath. But there's some spectacular views at the top. Definitely worth it. I'll just show you what I've got to go up the rest of. So got loose rocks, and then there's these steps all the way up, there. And once I get to the very top, and I'll be able to show you some mining history as well, tell you about that. Right then, I'm almost at the top, which is just up on that ridge. This is the original path continuing from the walkway, and this is a pathway that the miners would have taken from the town right in the bottom of the valley. They used to come up here every single day and do very long hours at work, 12 to 16 hours, and often children as well. Now what they was mining is this. So that sparkly shiny just there, that's galena crystals, also known as lead. And this is what they'd have been mining up here, certainly from the 1500s, 16s, 17s and 1800s. And on the other side, this piece is being covered over by moss, nature. You've got beautiful cubic cream coloured fluorite. And this particular mineral was formed around 270 to 330 million years ago. There's another piece of galena just there shining. But yes, that's exactly what would have been mined in this particular valley. And there would have been a lot of hammers working. There'd have been a lot of picks. And men, women and children were all employed on this hillside. And way below ground, where there's lots of mines, you've got these trench-like features coming up here. And these are all areas that were dug looking for seams in the ground. Those seams would then be followed underground and to the big mines that are below this hillside. And they were quite impressive areas. One is still open that you can go in as a public tour, which can be booked from the local mining museum. And if you're in the area and interested in the old histories, certainly worth a recommend to go down. So we've got the Temple mine up this way. So just here we've got one of the collapsed entrances to a mine. Not safe to go in nowadays. And then you can see where whole sides here of the hill have been dug out for minerals. So you've got this long trench going up here, and then this dugout area here. It's a lot deeper than it looks, and there's another mine down there. So I've come around the side just so you can see it's a lot deeper, and you've got this walkway around the top. Now this hillside is absolutely covered in mines, quarries, dugouts, so I'm not going to go along it, but it's just really to show you how much work had gone on in this hillside. So this is inside one of the rock cut valleys. As you can see, it goes very high up, and there are still relics around from days gone by. So here there's an old tin. It's got some writing on the top. Not sure what it would have contained. It's got a screw cap filter on the top. There's the remains up here of a track rail from one of the mines. So yeah, they were definitely working all around here. This is all natural limestone, and some of this limestone has got fossil seashells, because all this area, it was under the ocean at one time. It's got some beautiful pinks and greens in it as well. Unknown mineral. But when you stand here and listen to how quiet the valley is, it's hard to imagine that there was lots of work going on hundreds of years ago. Let's just take a moment to hear that silence. Now even here, you don't hear that many birds in the area, so it is quite eerie. This is a load of rock fall. Again, being very careful because there could be shafts around here that I just don't know about. But all this area was dug out by hand, and it's a lot of work to move a whole hillside. Just up there you can see one rock that was left as a support, and an old pathway coming down the side and into this valley. But yeah, you can see it's a good 15-20 metres up. Goes all the way back down there. We've got this eerie, slippery, muddy path which goes back towards Matlock. And can you imagine walking down this very path when it's ice cold rain, snow, ice, and you're still having to come from Matlock or Matlock Bath to do your hours on the surface or underground mining? Very harsh life for everybody. I've got strong boots on, still slipping on the terrain, but I am being very, very careful. So as we come down this hill, just here you've got a collapsed mine entrance, again all hand dug, and then it goes down past these marker stones, down that way into the quarries and mines. And this here is the top point of where I was down there in that valley, so you can see how high it is. Now I'm not going to hang around too long because it is getting very, very misty again and very foggy, so I'm going to take great caution and head back to the town with safety. Just here, just a little note, you've got another working. This is where the stone's been stacked. Again, it's collapsed, but that would have been an entrance into another lead mine. But yes, it's a very eerie feeling up here on your own. So going to definitely go back to safety. I'll film some more as I go along. So on the top ridge, got Matlock Bath right down in the distance. All these holes and all these cuttings, they're all from people extracting minerals. Now a lot of limestone was dug out for building, the lead, the fluorites, and various other minerals as well. And right up here at the top of the valley, they have actually found basalt, which is a mineral from the volcanic days. And that there is black basalt, also known as volcanic material, bits of lava, things like that. So yeah, all up here was underwater volcanoes. At the bottom of the valley where Matlock was the bottom of the ocean, and as the volcanoes erupted and the sea retreated, it left the rich mineral veins, and that's what was quarried out and mined here. Now as you can see, the path is very narrow and very slippery, so I'm going to do my best just to get down here safely. So this is the main information board. If you want to read it, please stop and pause. So that's the Derbyshire Dome, and cross section of where I am. So I'm right up here on this platform. Now this shaft goes down into Great Cavern, Masson Cavern, Great Chamber, and it goes all the way through Rutland Cavern, volcanic clay and upper lavas. I did find a piece of that earlier. Goes all the way down. Thermal waters. So that's what we've got. Now this here, Tinker's Shaft, used until the mid 1800s, 33.5 meters, which is 110 feet below my feet, was a vertical shaft. Got you into the mines, and more history on the site there. So this gives you a summary of the idea of what was actually happening in the time periods that I talked about earlier. Please stop and pause the video to read. So some of the tools that would have been used, what people was seeing in the day, and this is what the working hillside used to look like. And all this here was also a mine. So these are the upper workings. You've got matlock and matlock bath over that way, and as you can see how high up I am. So yeah, quite impressive.
Magnetic North adventures, where the treasure calls our name.
So over here,
through the forests and the waters,
Private Castle,
never be the same.
all the way up there.
With every find we're cleaning,
There we go, with the
leaving nothing but the earth.
That was built in the 1800s.
Magnetic North adventure.
And it once used to be a zoo. Below that we've got some cliff workings and mines over there towards High Tor. And then that over there, that is all matlock over there. Most of which is Victorian and onwards, all the way across there. So this is one of the lower paths of the former mine, and as you can see it zigzags all the way down the hillside, and this all would have been worked pre-1860. Plenty of people worked on this land. Look how beautiful that is. But back in the day, people wouldn't have seen this beauty. It would have been hard toil, hard work, and a lot of people underground, sadly, would have died during the mining operations. And up there we're looking back towards the Tinker Shaft, which is where people actually came down as well. This path here would have been used to take minerals through the valley and down in towards Matlock Bath. Now over there on that hillside you can see there's more workings over that way. If I zoom that bit further, you can see all the old scars of the landscape, the mines and the now built up settlement over there. Now just down that way, down there is another lower capped off shaft, so they was working even down there as well. How far down this particular side of the valley they went, I don't actually know, but they were definitely working this entire hillside. Right then, I'm back in Matlock and just heading for the bus to go home. So I hope you enjoyed that particular walking adventure, and until the very next time, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye folks.